And two government officials see the need to relax the conditions for foreign investors in the country. Jorge Bandola tells us more.
With a total investment portfolio of $382 billion, Asia continues to be the world's top recipient of foreign direct investments per the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development. The amount represents 30% of the total foreign investments in the world, up by 4% from 2012's figure. UNCTAD says China has taken bulk of the Asia's FDI amounting to $124 billion, followed by Hong Kong with a $77 billion approved foreign investments. Third was Singapore with $64 billion. $28 billion was taken by India. $19 billion went to Malaysia, $13 billion to Thailand, $12 billion to Malaysia. The same amount went to Korea, while Vietnam took in $10 billion and Taiwan took $5 billion. The Philippines have cornered $3.8 billion worth of foreign investments, among the lowest in Asia. Former NEDA Director General Cielito Abito, now the Chief of Party of the USAID Trade-Related Assistance for Development, explains that the FDI to the Philippines has actually increased by $600 million compared to the $3.2 billion FDIs in 2012. This slowdown can be attributed to the constitutional restriction, which does not allow foreign ownership of businesses unless merged with a Filipino firm on a 60-40 basis in favor of the Filipino.
The moment they see that there's a necessity for at least a 60% partner, a local partner, then of course that really diminishes the attractiveness of coming in. So it has become a real impediment to attracting more.
And while the administration has launched several public-private partnership projects, more foreign investors are still undecided, per report of UNCTAD.
You know, it turns out that the public-private partnership projects are only open to the domestic players because of constitutional restrictions on public utilities, no? Among other things. And so we see a situation where some people are actually unhappy that our electricity, our gas, our water are actually virtually owned by the same small group of families.
Aside from the Philippines, other countries in Asia have also recorded a slowdown in foreign direct investments. Countries like the Myanmar, Cambodia, Lao PDR, Pakistan, and Bangladesh have also registered FDIs lower than the Philippines. Former National Treasurer Leonor Briones says the government should take into considerations the more pressing issues in the country than to approve policies just to entice foreign investors, such as the inclusion of the new Bangsamoro Agreement in the Constitution than those policies pertaining to foreign investments.
Ang arrive dito sa akin ng report na ito, dali, lahat gawin natin para, kasi mayroong urgent need para sa foreign direct investments. Pero at the same time, huwag nating kalimutan yung ating karanasan. Yung mga hindi lamang karanasan ng Pilipinas, pero karanasan ng ibang bansa.
Congress is now, as I was saying, very busy with other issues. But there are also other constitutional issues which are emerging aside from the investment aspect. The Bangsamoro, and which will really be very interesting and very dynamic debates. So I'm not sure if we can, if the change can be achieved before the 2016 election.
On top of these, the United Nations prepares for the World Investment Forum in October this year to encourage more foreign investors in the country and in other least developed countries. For People's Television, Jorge Bandola.